Hello and welcome. My name is Titania, and I will be reading tarot for the energies of this week, June 26th to July 2nd. What I will do is set the intention, and then we'll turn the camera onto the cards, and we'll get going. So setting the intention, all here, now and in the future. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm about to do a reading for your highest and greatest benefit. Benefit of everyone listening, both here and now and in the future. I ask my higher self and the higher selves of all those who will be listening to be present to facilitate this exchange and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible. I'd also like to invite an overlighting angel of communication to facilitate this exchange and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible, for the greatest good of all concerned. I invite the four archangels to come and hold the four directions around us. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming and creating the sacred container of light, of love, of wisdom, of clarity, of healing, of peace, of anything that is in the hearts and minds of those who are listening. We set the tone for ease, for clarity, for wisdom, to be efficient and succinct in our channeling of the information and delivery, and that I use language that will be effortlessly heard, understood, and integrated by all who are on this call now. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies is welcome to go now. Okay, I'll be turning the camera onto the cards and we'll get started. Right. Are these beautiful? These are from my garden. This is the wonderful thing about this time of year, is the incredible profusion of wonderful blooms. The fragrance in the air is astonishing. I recently had a discernment around beauty and came my way, in that the witnessing of beauty brings us to a state of love. So I've been spending some time focusing on bringing more beautiful experiences and reminders into my life so that I can have that wonderful feeling of heart openness, which of course is such a great thing this time of year. And with everything that's going on, to find a place of heart openness and love is really a good thing for all of us. So the intention with this reading is to get a sense of the energies coming up for this week. What is it that we need to know about the coming week, today through to next week, July 2nd. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, recent past, influence is waning, continues into our present, into our future. We're looking at competition, the energy of standing our ground, of clarifying what's important, of keeping space around us. It's this wands, it's creativity, inspiration, and passion. And so this is about us finding our way to ourselves, finding what's lighting us up and defending it in a way. There's this energy of needing to hold space in our lives. So this is the recent past. The influence is waning, but it continues into our present, into the future. And I think this also speaks a lot to the conflict that we're seeing. I'm sure everyone is seeing social media, about having a perspective and being allowed to express it without somebody else shooting you down. There's a lot of conflict around differences of opinion, whatever the topic may be. And it's really important to remember that we're all so much stronger together. And it's important to recognize that all of the points of view that are brought to the table help to make the solutions to our problems stronger. So it's really, really important to practice tolerance and kindness and respect and safe space for everyone to be able to have a place at the table and to communicate their perspective and their concerns, and for those to be brought forward into the solution making, because the solutions we'll come to will be just that much more powerful. So this is sitting in our recent past. The present card is the card of celebrations, the Three of Hearts. So this card is very light, very lovely. This idea of being in a place of honoring the good, recognizing the good, giving it energy, allowing ourselves to move into a state of gratitude and appreciation, and again, even going that bit further, and celebration, declaring a day of celebration, or recognizing a moment of celebration for some success or for some aspect that was pleasing to you, honoring to you, uplifting to you. For instance, like those little roses that I showed you at the beginning, just taking a moment to celebrate those moments in your life, those aspects of your life, those elements of your life that bring so much joy and well-being. And through the process of celebrating, we give it more energy. We augment that experience, and we add that to our collective drawing forth of more good. And when we give our attention to what we want, we're putting our energy in that direction, and we draw more of what we want. When we put our energy towards the things that we don't want, or focusing on things that evoke strong negative emotion, we're just giving our energy to feeding that. It's really important to recognize that we get to choose in every moment what we're doing with our attention, our energy, and our focus. We get to choose. Are we going to sit and worry and fear and stew and feel helpless? Or are we going to turn and take a deep breath, be in our present now, and recognize all of our blessings, starting with counting our blessings so we can get ourselves into a higher vibration, and then just looking around for things to appreciate about our lives, for all the good in our relationships and our friendships, in our homes, in our work, in our communities, all of the good people on this planet who are doing their best to get us through this time in the best way possible, and all the amazing solutions that are there in the margins just waiting to come forth. All of that is worth celebrating. The near future, Queen of Wands. So this is about taking your creative power and your passion into your hands and moving powerfully towards it, really giving it your attention and your focus. Queens and kings are the maturation of their suit, which means they really understand their energy. They're masters of that energy. And wands, as I said, is creativity, inspiration, and passion. It's also the suit of fire. It's what lights you up. It's what gets you excited and moving forward in the day. What gets you out of bed, inspired, and going for it. So this is our near future for this week. This energy of moving into a place of allowing ourselves to express more of our creativity, our inspiration, our passion, giving ourselves permission to do those things which light us up and give those energy, and follow up to this idea of celebration. Really giving ourselves permission, not being in conflict about our creativity, our inspiration, or passion, or our perspectives and our opinions, but really giving ourselves, honoring ourselves, and allowing us to stand in that energy and go for it. Now, that could be anything. That could be cooking, that could be house cleaning, that could be making art, it could be making music, it could be dancing in your living room, whatever it is. This energy of what brings you joy. Could be studying something, giving yourself permission to dive into something that fascinates you, that interests you. And again, that feeds your passion, that feeds your life force and your energy. So that's the energy of this next week, this moving into this week. We need to look for this, and look for opportunities and ways that we can express this aspect of ourselves, this mastery of the creative juices. And it's a feminine energy, so it's not an aggressive thing. This is like a joyful, collaborative, and there you go. It may be a collaborative venture. It may be something that you come together with others to create more of, or to manifest more of. But whatever it is, it lights your enthusiasm, and it calls you forward towards more of what makes you enthusiastic and inspired in life. So look for those qualities: celebration and exercising your passion. The foundation of the reading for this week, 5 of Swords. So the energy of defeat. So okay, we're a little tired of the COVID-19. We're ready to kind of get out into the world. We're ready to do stuff. And, there's just this feeling of still of adversity. It's still of feeling like we're there's so much uncertainty. There's so much we don't know. It's important, even though that's what's true, to recognize that we can find the things to celebrate in our day-to-day moments. And by finding those things to celebrate, we shift our attention, our focus, our energy towards what is wanted, towards what is possible, towards what is inspiring in us. And that helps us to build a future. That helps us to get out of the doldrums. You can't feel bad enough for long enough to change anything. That is a complete waste of your life force. And it's so important to recognize that when you're feeling heavy, it will pass. Take a deep breath. Just recognize that you're feeling miserable. Recognize that you're feeling at the effect of. Recognize that you're feeling defeated. And then realize that you get to choose in the moment what you're going to do with that. Are you going to sit in that energy and just feel it? Again, not good or bad. It just is what it is. But just becoming aware, stepping back and becoming aware in your present moment. What are you doing with your life force? What are your choices? And if you can, remembering that you get to choose in every moment what you're doing with your energy and your life force. And that's why that coming back to gratitude is so, so powerful. Gratitude is an amazing energy point, set point to shift us into a more resilient state of mind, more resourceful. By staying in a state of anxiety or fear or defeat, we aren't resilient. We're fearful. We're shut down. We're small. We're not in our best place for being creative and being inspiring and finding solutions to the problems that face us. So it's really, really key that we recognize that in every moment we have the choice. We have the choice to move ourselves from a less resilient state to a more resilient state. But I encourage you not to beat yourself up if you find yourself here more often than not, because it's just the set point that our collective consciousness is in right now. And so because we are all one, we are impacted by what the collective is feeling. But if you can in the moment, just take a deep breath, accept it, love it, let it go, and redirect your focus and attention into your world right here, right now, your life experience, something that brings you to joy, something that brings you to greater inspiration. Maybe just taking a moment to see some beauty, to listen to something inspiring. You know what you need to do. So that's the foundation of the reading. That's why we're having the reading, is sort of this energy of defeat. Don't give up. Just keep going. You have what it takes to keep going. You really, really do. You're stronger than you realize. And the future that we long for is possible. We're just still going through the tumultuous upheaval of the unknown. How you need to conduct yourself is the next card. The Wheel of Fortune. Major Arcana. This is a beautiful card. So again, talking about just what we've been talking about. The Wheel of Fortune. What goes around comes around. What you put out comes back to you magnified. This is the wheel of life, the wheel of karma, etc. This is a reminder. And because it's a major arcana, it's a pay attention card. This is a reminder that what you're putting out into life is what you're going to get back. So practicing mindfulness, consciousness, and being very deliberate about the energies that you're putting out into the world. Realizing that you're creating your life experience and you in every moment get the choice to change it. Every moment is a new moment and a new opportunity to start fresh, to start new, to start infusing your life with all of the elements that you long for, to give it the passion that you crave, to give it the inspiration that you're looking for. It's up to you. It's up to you. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, this reminder that you in every moment are pulling your future and your life towards you. So what are you doing with your energy in this moment? What are you giving your attention to? Are you giving your attention to which is uplifting and inspiring and calls to your enthusiasm? Or are you giving your energy to something that is drawing you down and bringing your vibes lower? Super important. We have to realize that part of this collective awakening that we're going through is recognizing that we are the drivers of the bus. We are the drivers of our personal bus as we're driving through life. We get to choose how we're driving that bus. We get to choose the direction that it's going in. And the more we begin to realize that we are in that state of power and that state of choice is ours in every single moment, that's when we'll move passionately and powerfully forward towards creating the lives that we want. It's a lot of opportunity that we're sitting on right here collectively. So much opportunity for us to move our lives in the direction that we really want. So that's how we need to conduct ourselves over the next week, recognizing that we in every moment are creating our future. We're laying the tracks down for our train to follow on. So lay those tracks well in the direction that you want to go in, the direction of your highest enthusiasm. How others are going to be sympathetic, supportive, nurturing, helpful, encouraging. The energy of others is very, very compassionate and kind. So this is very supportive. You know, just again, if we can just all recognize we're all going through this together, and when one of us is having a hard time, if we can be the one to give them a boost, wicked. Remind them of where they are, and they remind us of where we are and what choices we can make, and that we are making choices in the moment. And just that kindness, that profound kindness that we're being called to, all of us. That it's okay to be where we are, be kind to ourselves, to be kind to each other. We are where we are, and we're moving forward collectively. And we'll get there faster if we support and love each other into our possibilities rather than make each other wrong. So this is the energy of others this week. Loving, kind, supportive, encouraging. The King of Hearts is the master of the emotional realm, and this is the masculine energy. So this is very much emotional mastery and action. This being called to the highest aspect of ourselves and our emotional intelligence, and exercising that and seeing that in our relationships with others. And that's something we could be grateful for too. And here we are, the outcome. So we have the Prince of Swords, and princes are knights in other decks. They go charging in and charging out, lots of energy, lots of dynamism. It's that movement thing. So the energy that we're moving into this week is about movement, and it's also about ideas and action, taking action in the realm of ideas and action. So there you go, movement in the realm of ideas and action. So swords is the suit of air, intellect, action. This is about taking powerful, fast forward action. So that's the energy that we're moving towards as we finish the week. We'll be moving towards this quality of fast and committed action, right? Like I think I've said in other decks, in other readings, that the knights, you know, when you get suited up with all that armor, and your horse is all suited up with all that armor, and you poised to charge, you're not going to draw back. You're kind of committed. So this is the quality. It's a quality of committed movement, again, on the level of ideas and action. So that's the outcome for this. So this is our week ahead. We're coming from a feeling maybe like we need to defend ourselves and hold space and be, you know, spiky, to in the present moment, remembering to be in celebration, to celebrate, to enjoy this weekend, to enjoy the people who are closest to us, enjoy the relationships we have near and far, look for the good in each other, celebrate the good in each other, celebrate the good in ourselves, celebrate our achievements, look for things to celebrate. Doesn't matter how big, how small, celebrate. Bring your energy and your vibe up, and the vibe of those around you. Bring it up. Celebration does that. Near future, this idea of the Queen of Wands being, choosing to be in action and in the energies of your enthusiasm, of your highest passion, and creating, and whether that's communally, whether that's independently, again, feeding that creative aspect of yourself, because it's so life-giving to create and to generate. We're mimicking or imitating the divine when we create. So there's this amazing energy that comes through us whenever, whatever creative action we take, whether that's forming a committee with somebody to solve problems, or drawing up a business plan, or making a work of art or a piece of music or dancing, or whatever it is that calls your juiciness forward, do it. That's what we need to do this week. This idea, don't give in to the defeat, don't give in to the negative energy, don't give in to the stories that we're being fed. You know, reality is very different than what we're being fed on the media. And there are good people everywhere who are working really, really hard to make our future a good one. And we can participate by doing our part, by stepping into gratitude, celebration, being creative, and giving our energy to what inspires us and brings us to life and makes us passionate, rather than giving our energy to fear and lack and anxiety and doubt. Just recognize when you're there. Be kind with yourself when you recognize that you're there. Don't make yourself wrong. It's how our system is jigged. But don't spend time there if you can. As soon as you can and you recognize you're there, pivot. Turn and give your energy to what you want. How we need to conduct ourselves? Wheel of Fortune. We're making things happen in our world. We need to recognize we are the creators of our karma. So in every moment, every single moment, we get to choose how we're responding to life. We can catch the bounce. We don't have to respond how we've responded in the past. We can choose a different way. We can choose a positive way forward, a kinder way forward, a more compassionate and inspired way forward. Because this is a major arcana, it's a pay attention card. It has to do, again, with our collective soul's evolution. And this is really, really important. I think the more of us recognize and take responsibility for ourselves and our actions in our lives and in the world, we will transform this planet dramatically for the better. How others are going to be? Loving, kind, supportive, enthusiastic, holding you in a good way. And it's a masculine energy, so it's that very much that really lovely holding, but with strength and with wisdom and with kindness and support. So that's what we can expect from others in the coming week. And the outcome is this fast forward, energetic motion, a lot of momentum and confidence. So, allowing this inspiration that's being built here and the choices that we're making to carry us forward, to give us momentum in the direction of our ideas and give us action towards our ideas, the things that light us up. This is so good, so good. This energy is so positive. It's incredible how much choice we have right now. And I think this is one of the things that we're needing to recognize as individuals on the planet, is our ability to choose everything in every moment for ourselves. And as a result of that choice, learning, because it's a process, learning what we're doing with our energy, learning what we're doing with our attention, and learning how to leverage that to create what we want in our own experience. And when we go for what we want in our own experience, we're giving others permission to go for they want in their experience, and we all move forward in a good way. It's this ripple effect, and it's so positive, and it's so easy. It starts with us here, now, in this moment. What are we doing? So I'm going to just summarize, just pull this in. I feel like I just want to pull one more card, just a happy card. Well, hopefully a happy card for the week ahead. A card to send us all on our way. What do we need to know as we get sent on our way? Messages are pretty strong. Okay, on our way, Temperance. Another major arcana, another pay attention card, another card about balance. Another card about, this card is about, we've seen it before in other readings, about filling each other's cups. This is the divine. The angel is filling our cup, and we're in turn spilling that into the world. Our gifts, our abilities, our opportunity to share what we have with the world. We can't do that though unless we know what that is. And that's where the passion and the enthusiasm comes in. So for the week ahead, as we launch and we go forth into this week, the energy of temperance, of balance, of pouring our energy into the world, our enthusiasm in a good way, in a balanced way. So we don't burn out and we don't hurt ourselves in the process, but enjoying it, celebrating it. And again, what we can expect from others. Well, we're another in somebody else's life. So if we can hold that kind space of the King of Hearts and fill their cup with affirmation, confirmation, seeing them, really seeing the beauty and the good in everyone and celebrating that. If you can do that as you go out into the world this week, your life will transform for the better. Well, my friends, thank you for this opportunity to read for you. I ask that we all stand in the energies of temperance and of the wheel of fortune, that we recognize in every moment that we are the creators of our experience, we are the masters of our destiny, that we recognize the power that is here in each and every now, and that we get to choose again and again and again from each and every now how we are going to respond to life, what we are going to bring to life, and to bring our love forward, to bring our appreciation forward, our gratitude, and to feed our enthusiasm by giving it space, by giving it room to create, feeding it with our love and our intention, our celebration, and recognizing that as we do this, we become more resilient and we co-create a more beautiful future. I am so grateful for this opportunity to be of service to everyone. Thank you, Creator. This reading is at an end. Thank you to all who've been here holding space with us. Blessings here, now, and in the future. Lots of love, everybody.